Hello students, KNS welcomes you in class 11th of session 2020-21. I am Satyendra Verma. This is English video for poetic device. That will be your bridge course. Whatever you have learnt in 10th class, we are going to connect with 11th class, and in 11th and 12th, the most important lesson is poetic device. So we are going to start from here, the poetic device. Here is the list of poetic device which we are going to use or we are going to study in this video. You can see there are 14 poetic devices here. There are many more, but in this video we are going to cover these first 14. Firstly, what is poetic device? Device, you know very well that tools, techniques, the way of doing something. So writers and poets use techniques to make their writing impressive and effective. The tools and techniques what they use, that is known as poetic devices. The techniques, the tools, the way, the things which they use to make their poems attractive, impressive, that is known as poetic device. So let's go ahead with the first one. You are quite familiar with the first one, simile. Simile is the comparison between two unlike things or persons on certain points. The words which are used for comparing these two unlike things are like, as, or just as. Examples, you can see, my heart is like a singing bird. So here like word has been used. He works like a machine, like has been used here. He is as brave as a lion. So here as brave as, so as is the simile. Next one is metaphor. That is also just like simile. Simile is used for comparing two things. Metaphor is also used for comparing two things. But what is the difference in metaphor and simile? In metaphor, we don't use like and as. Directly the quality of one object is used in another object. That is the metaphor. Example, you can say time is money. So time and money is compared. You can say like that also, time is like a money. So it will be simile. But we are not saying like, we are saying that time is money. All the quality of time is in money and money quality is in time. In the same way, work is worship. Camel is the ship of desert. These are the example of metaphor. Next one is personification. Personification, you know that the qualities of person, human beings, are given to non-living things, objects, or even animals also. The qualities which we possess, it is given to other things, other objects, that is known as personification. Like death lays his icy hands on king. So death lays his is used for person, his icy hand. So death is not a person, but it has been used as a person. The mirror told me a secret. Mirror cannot speak, but the speaking quality is with the human, and telling something is with the human. That has been given to mirror. I am the poem of the earth. I am the poem of the earth. You are going to study in this session in class 11th. There is one poem. In that, rain says that I am the poem of the earth. So rain cannot speak, but rain has been personified here. Next one is oxymoron. Oxymoron is use of adjectives opposite in meaning. Adjectives are used which has different opposite meaning. For example, you can see quite raise. Raise means angry, and anger is the sign of violent. It cannot be quite, but we are using quite raise. In the same way, dark day. Days are generally bright, but we are using dark day. Both are just opposite in meaning. Free market. Markets are for selling and purchasing something, but free market here it has been used. Same way, pleasant pain. Pleasant pain. Pain is always worrisome. It is not pleasant. It is sad, or it is quite troublesome. But here we are using pleasant pain. Same way, there are many examples. You can see that regularly, irregular. So this one is also example of the same oxymoron. Next one is irony, which we have already studied. Irony, a figure of speech in which words are used in such a way that their meaning is different from their actual meaning. Whatever the speaker is speaking, the meaning will be just opposite because the actual meaning is different and the person wants to say something else. Like Raman's actually it is had by it is misspelled, so it is hand. Raman's hand was as soft as a rock. Rock is not soft, but it is said in an ironical way, in a mocking way, which is just opposite of what the person is saying. A student was given excellent on getting 0 in an exam. So here excellent for what? Not for good, for just opposite. So this is the irony one. Next one you see hyperbole or exaggeration. It means the small things are spoken in a very big way. A figure of speech that involves an exaggeration of ideas or for the sake of emphasis. It means when we want to give emphasis on something, we want to highlight something, we want to give more importance, then we use this poetic device. For example, it has been ages since I last saw you. It means I am saying ages, many centuries are over when I saw last. It is not possible, but we are saying that we have not met for a long time. In the same way, I am trying to solve a million issues these days. Million issues, how can a person can solve? But meaning is there that there are many issues I am trying to solve. In the same way, I have told you hundreds of times not to do that. Hundred of time, have I counted that how many times I have told? But I mean to say that I have told you many times. So this way it is used for exaggeration. Next one you see repetition. By the word you can understand very easily. It is a literary device that repeats the same words or phrases a few times to make an idea clearer and more memorable. We shall not flag or fail. We shall go on to the end. So here we shall is repeated. If it is repeated in the beginning sound, means first words, then it is known as anaphora. The deliberate repetition of the first part of the sentence is known as anaphora. So repetition, that is the part, anaphora is the part of repetition. Repetition means repeating of words in the last, in the beginning, in the middle, anywhere, that will be the repetition. But if it is the first word of first line, second line, third line, then it is anaphora. Like every day, every night, in every way, I am getting better and better. My life is my purpose. My life is my goal. So my life, it is the first word which is being repeated. So first word should be repeated. That is the anaphora. Next one is refrain. That is also the part of repetition. Here, one line is repeated again and again at the end of the stanza. At the end of the stanza, the one line or one phrase or one word is repeated again and again. That is known as refrain. Refrain is repetition of usually a line, a phrase, 2 or 3 lines in a poem at the end of the stanza. That is known as refrain. Next one you see alliteration, which you are quite familiar with the alliteration. Repetition of consonant sounds in the same line. Example, plump deer pass. You remember the last year poem? Which poem it is from? Okay, I hope you might have understood behind the bars. By that word also you can understand B sound is repeated here. Plump deer pass, P sound is repeated here. So alliteration means consonant sounds repeats in line more than twice. Assonance. Assonance also is the repetition of vowel sound. So consonant sound, alliteration. Vowel sound, assonance. Like in his vivid stripes. So I sound is repeated here and that is vowel sound. Bearing his white fangs, his claws. So here again I sound is repeated. He should be snarling around houses. So O sound is repeated here, that is assonance. Next one is onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia using words which denote sounds. The words which are used for telling the sound, they are known as onomatopoeia. Like honk, beep, clang, boom, crash, thump, giggle, growl, snarl, splash, buzz, hum, his, etc. Next one is imagery. Language that produces pictures in the mind of people reading or listening, or by reading, those people who are reading something or listening. And when listening and reading, if you are creating an image of that particular object, particular thing, that is known as imagery. Once again I am repeating, just simply imagination by reading something using your 5 sense organs. If you are imagining something, that is known as imagery. Next one is enjambment. Enjambment is very common one. Easily you can understand that if one sentence is not finished in one line, rather it is broken in more than one line without using comma and full stop, that is enjambment. Sentence is continued in the next line without comma, semicolon or full stop, that is known as enjambment. Sliding through long grass near the water hole where plump deer pass. So you can see that here one sentence is there, sliding to pass, but it has been divided in 3 lines, that is known as enjambment. I hope you might have understood these all. If you have not understood any part of these, anyone, then you can write on the given time your comments, and we'll come back to you again with more explanation. Thank you. Have a nice day.